Hello and welcome to Build a Bot, the series that helps you make the most of your Power Virtual Agent bot. I am Matt Farmer. I'm from the Power Cat team here in Microsoft, and joining me as always is Kent Weir. Say hello, Kent.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today.
This session today, we're going to dig into a brand new feature within Power Virtual Agents, and we've actually got ourselves a special guest, Jeff Zhang from the product team within Power Virtual Agents. So we'd like to welcome Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Matt. Hello, Kent.
Jeff, do you want to just give everybody a bit of a brief intro to yourself and what you do within the team, and what you bring to Power Virtual Agents?
So my name is Jeff Zhang. I'm a principal PM on Power Virtual Agents team. So I'm the one leading the AI aspect of the product. If you're familiar with the features like slots and entities and the things related to the intent triggering and modeling, those are in my territory.
Do you make Power Virtual Agents smart?
Well,
would be way we could summarize it.
Sure. Agents are always smart. We're just trying to make it easy to comprehend.
The feature we're going to talk about today is something that I know I've been really waiting for, and Ken, I know your customers also, right? So we're quite excited about this because this is something I think that really brings a huge amount of value. But do you want to give us a bit of the background, Jeff, about where it's come from?
Sure. So yeah, thanks for having me introducing these two new features to you. So basically, the features we're going to talk about today is called topic overlap detection. And also the other one is called topic suggestion from the chat transcript. So as we all know, more and more enterprises are leveraging the Power Virtual Agents platform to build their bot. So we have the enterprise-ready features like allow multiple others to be able to party on the platform to be able to build their bots together. However, with more and more organizations taking this bot building platform more and more seriously, we're also seeing that the volume of the bot topics are radically increasing. Meaning that, of course, the longer time that you are building the bot, naturally you are going to see more and more like a knowledgeable bot. The bot's knowledge is essentially represented by the topics it has, right? If you look at the topic list in this bot, we actually have more than 100 topics over there. And all of those things are the bot's native knowledge that can answer the user inquiries.
The topics are kind of the funnel, the questions that people are going to be asking your bot, the way in which we structure the functionality we build within PVA, right? And what we're finding is people are putting more and more and more of these in. Fair summary, yeah?
That's right. Yeah, like the reason that we call it like something like a topic is to really make it very business user friendly, or those people who may not know the programming or not know anything about AI, as long as they know their own business, right? They know their own job. They should be able to use their existing knowledge to be able to craft bot content, just like compose a Word document, right? So that's why we call it topics. And you can view each of the topics and the bot knowledge that can respond to the user inquiries. For example, like the user may ask what kind of product they can have, or they want to track their packages, or they want to get a status of the delivery. Those are different topics that the bot can answer to. So if you want a bot to have those knowledges and actions to be able to take on behalf of the users, you just craft the different topics for it.
Makes sense.
The volume of these topics growing naturally, the topics may have overlapped content. Just like if you write a Word document or just work on a document together, the team want to examine and make sure there's no overlap, right? So the downside of the overlap of the bot is that the bot will have maybe multiple topics to answer the same user inquiry. For example, like in this case, if user says something like, what mobile apps are available, and then the bot may just come back with a clarification question. The reason that bot is asking for this clarification question is because the bot is confused on which topic the user really meant, right? Internally, we call it did you mean, or DYM type of questions. The DYM will happen in one of the two occasions. One occasion is what we see over here. that there are two topics can handle the same user inquiry. That is like introduced by the topic overlap. And the other one is that there's no existing topic can accurately responding to the user inquiry. However, the Power Virtual Agents bots will opportunistically try to propose some content to the end users to choose from. So that one is going to help to increase the responding rate and the resolution rate. So the latter one, as I just talked about, which was kind of an opportunistic, trying to prompt users, that is a positive experience based on this DGME. However, what we're seeing over here, which is the DGME caused by the overlap of the topics, that is, we viewed it as unhealthy DGMEs. Imagine that if you have like 200 or 300 topics, and then half of the chance when user asks for something and then bot need to clarify, that can actually downgrade overall bot end user experience when the bot is putting out there and having the conversation with the end users. For example, if I click into one of those topics, then you see the top content like this, right? And if I go to repeat the same question again, let's give you a fair answer. Yes, just ask the same question, and then you see the same question prompt come back again. And now this time I choose the other topic. And if you examine the bot response over there, the two topics are pretty, redundant, because they are pretty much saying the same thing. It's maybe because you grab the content from different sources using the topic suggestion feature, or maybe it's because two different people working on the same bot, and they were assuming that they are the only one trying to provide such kind of knowledge to the bot, and that can naturally introduce overlap as well. So to reduce such kind of unnecessary DGME or DYM type of question, we provided this tool, which is called topic overlap detection under this new topic triggering module in the analytics page. Is that on the left-hand side, you see these overlap topics. Over here, you see a list of the overlapped font based on the bot's calculation on the trigger phrase clusters or trigger phrase grouping. So for example, if I click into this first one, which is one of those two topics, now I know why, right? Because the topic is functioned in a way that the topic can be triggered by the group of trigger phrases. And obviously, in this what mobile apps are available for Microsoft 365 or Office topic, in this topic, there's already a trigger phrase like this, right? And then the other topic, which is more specific around Office, there's also very similar trigger phrases. Like the two trigger phrases doesn't have to be kind of identical to each other. However, if they're semantically very close to each other, like what we saw, if user say something around mobile apps, and this will very well trigger both topics, that is an unhealthy DME. Right? One of the things that you do.
Yeah. Jeff, just 2 seconds, because I think you've got across there's a huge amount of information here. So I want to just make sure we tease it out, because you've gone through some really cool stuff there, and I want to make sure people know. So effectively in PVA, there are two kinds of what we call did you means, right? And there's the good did you mean, where the bot is trying to do its best to say, well, I haven't got a complete set of information based on what you've asked, but here's where I think you might want to go. Mm-hmm. That's the one we want to help people with and are good. The bad kind is where you were just showing there, like where we've got trigger phrases that kind of look like the same thing, right? As far as the AI is concerned, they're pretty much the same thing. And what we want to try and do is we want to reduce that happening. And that can happen either because we got the same trigger topics, or two people have kind of built the same thing. But that doesn't create a great experience, because every time somebody puts in what they want the bot to respond on, they get, did you mean this or did you mean this, right? So this tool you're showing us helps work out where those overlaps occur. Yeah,
that is absolutely right.
Awesome. No, it's really cool. Yeah. And the score you were showing there is effectively, the worst ones are the ones that pretty much are, cannot be differentiated by the bot.
That's right. So right now, you see the scores over there is like representing the worst score or worst overlapping score. Like usually you see things over 90. If things are over 90, we're going to service that in this list. And then maximally, we're going to service up to 200 of the top ones that's being overlapped. And if you click like these items are organized by the topic level, basically it's going to show you for this particular topic, what are the other topics overlap with this particular topic, and what's the reason, or what are the particular trigger phrases overlapping between the two topics. And then if I flip over to other ones, you also see the similar things. This is purposefully introduced. And in some other cases, you may discover that one of your topic can overlap with multiple other topics, and you are going to see multiple other overlaps putting out on this page as well.
So where I've seen this working with customers quite often is where a team has put together a set of topics, and maybe what they've done is put in kind of every trigger phrase they can possibly think of in almost every topic, and you kind of understand why they've done that. But what you end up with is then having to explain to them why the bot is always triggering all the topics all the time.
That's right.
With this tool, it's visually, you can show people what's going on now, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's directly showing you what's the reason, and actually you can just directly make some modifications to the trigger phrases, or even remove certain trigger phrases from one of the topics to untangle those topics overlaps.
Nice, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I've seen this as well, sort of in that same situation. Like when we talk about like democratizing bot building and really involving Fusion teams, and people get excited because they find out how quickly they can build out these conversations, this naturally does come up and you do see overlap. So I think this is, very welcomed from my perspective, because I see this a fair bit. And we used to have to manually run this internally. So it's great to have a tool that our customers can self-serve on.
Yeah, exactly. That's our mission, right? Like our mission is to democratize AI and democratize conversational AI for everybody. And we want all the Microsoft customers to be able to enjoy the advanced conversational AI technology from Microsoft using Power Virtual Agents. And that's our mission. And many of the things that you are seeing over here is not only just one thing. Behind the thing, there are multiple things are happening. For example, we are calculating the embedding and the similarity based on the same core intent triggering model. But also there's another AI model trying to figure out how overlap they are and how to service the information in a reasonable way, so that you can focus on the most important ones or most commonly used ones in this manner. So that's one of the beauty of this kind of SaaS-based AI platform, in a way that you don't have to worry about individual AI capabilities, but also we are assembling multiple AI capabilities together to provide the best, of all, to serve it, and also meanwhile service those capabilities to you in a very, very easy manner. If that's a fair way to say it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So let's over here try to, for example, I'm happy with the second topic's content. Let's just try to remove the first. What I did over there is just removed the first trigger phrase in the first topic, right? And then after I've done that, I can click save. And then while I'm clicking save, it's going to do two things. One is to save the changes to the original topic, remove that trigger phrase from the corresponding topic. And the second is that it's refreshing the, we call it like topic overlap over here. And then from there, you will no longer see that item from the list. And let's just try that again. Try to ask the same questions again. So now this time you see there's no did you mean question being asked. And then the bot just directly go into one of those topics that I prefer to directly answer users inquiry. And you can see actually this experience, but seeing the comparison before and after, you see the experience over here is way more slicker, right? So that's what we want to do. We want the bot to be better. And also the way we are doing that is to offer this kind of easy AI tools, or AI assisted bot ordering tools, for our customers to be able to build a better bot easily.
Makes sense. I suppose a quick question I had here, Jeff, if I'm a customer with kind of a multi-tier environment, So if I was using managed solutions and I, had UAT and dev and prod, do we have what's the flow someone would use to manage those changes? Is it more that they take this information back to their dev environment to do those updates?
So as you see, for this particular feature right now, which is the topic overlap untangling, or we call it internally topical confusion map, this is a very authoring-oriented feature. So this feature particularly should most commonly be used in their unmanaged environment or dev environment. So that's our expectation of how this feature should be used. So that's what I see could happen. But it's also a very good segue on the second feature we want to introduce to you today, which is the topic suggestion from chat transcript. So this second feature is all about, once you publish the bot, put bot out there. As we all know, no matter how you are crafting the bot, there are always going to be user inquiries come in, from time to time that you didn't anticipate upfront. So this feature itself is indeed trying to help you to discover what are the most commonly asked questions that's not yet be able to be handled by the bot. And from there, you can figure out how to deal with those unmatched user inquiries. For example, you can choose to just add those as the native topic, or if user asking something that's totally irrelevant, you can also choose to ignore them as well. For example, in the same topic triggering panel under the analytics page, so you are seeing this like right-hand side, this tool. So over here, the list of the items are actually the groups of the user inquiries. For example, like this is a random inquiry from the users. Actually, we are seeing about 10 sessions or 10 occurrences that the user come in to ask different things around rental, the truck rental. Different ways.
So it's actually previewing the whole topic, the topic setup for you there and then. So you can just say add and then off you go.
That's right. So like basically, you have those trigger phrases which are like the raw user inquiries anyway, and then that's a very good starting point for you to start to craft those trigger phrases for the topic. And of course, you can just directly push that into your bot's native knowledge by adding to the topic list. For example, in this case, if I just want to say something like click to add to the topics, and then the bot is going to, PVA is going to try to add the corresponding topic into the bot. And then if you go to the bot list, and this topic just get added, and then you can totally flip it on, and then trigger that topic by saying something like, rent a truck. And then you see there's some content.
Add your content here. Yeah, it's ready to go.
Yeah. So,
and this is a super common feedback from customers, particularly after they take a bot live for the first time, because most customers are kind of guessing what their customers are going to actually be asking for. And I know I've had customers who've done things like custom analytics to get that data out, but here you show them completely in PVA exactly what things that they've missed the customers are asking for there and then. It's a really cool feature.
Yep. So like this add your content is default placeholder content over there. For sure that you can start from that point and start to craft your dialog tree to handle the corresponding user inquiries. Back to the module. So back to the question that you originally asked. What if that we have this LLM set up, you have the managed and versus unmanaged, and usually when you publish the bot, it's very likely to be in the managed environment. So in that sense, you will still see these suggestions. The only thing that you won't be able to do in the managed environment is to directly add to the topics.
Yeah, so, you'll need to go back to your dev environment and put them in there. But
so that's one of the limitations right now. And what you can do as of now, as a quick run, is that you can still refer to all the information over there and start to manually just go over there, create a new topic like you wrote.
Yeah, we're still telling you what you need, right? You just have to go a little extra step to implement it. But that's.
But we are very well aware of that challenge. So one of the ways for us to handle this in the future is to let the unmanaged or dev environment to be able to point to the live traffic from the
Right.
managed environment or prod environment in that way. So when you are coming into the dev environment part, you can still see the same kind of suggestions based on the prod traffic, right? That's one of the ways to solve this this problem in this ALM paradigm. And this is absolutely on our radar, and we're going to work through that. But meanwhile, there shouldn't be anything blocking you from moving forward, leveraging this feature to be able to add more topics to your bot to.
I suspect the question on that people want to know is how can they turn this feature on for their bot right now?
That's a very good segue to my next part. So as you might have noticed, under manage, there's a new module over there called AI capabilities. If you go over there, you'll find out those advanced AI features that we started populated in the product. So right now, those features are in preview mode, including the two features I was introducing to you. The only reason that we're putting them into the preview is because right now it supports only English bot. So in the next few months, we're going to push the support to other languages for those features as well that you are seeing in this call. So basically, the check and uncheck of these features and save will result in the change in the UI. If you, for example, uncheck them and go to there, you're going to see this feature has been turning off. Right? And then you can always go back to here and try to turn on those features, save, and then go back to the previous page, and then you're going to see a refresh of the feature.
Excellent. I suspect people can't wait to try this out because, as I say, it's one we hear from almost every customer we talk to, and they're going to benefit hugely from it.
Yep, please try them out and then let us know your experience and feedback. We are always very eager to listen to what you have to say and eager to work closely with each individual customers to evolve the product together to meet your needs.
Yep, and people can leave comments below in the channel, and we'll be reading them and getting your feedback. Jeff, this is really, really interesting, an exciting new feature. I think customers will love to try it out. So thank you for coming on today and telling us all about it. Sorry, Jeff, carry on.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. That's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe below, and we'll be back with more PVA bot building soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.